Oh hey, we are back on a new project this week. We are sanding and refinishing these white oak hardwood floors. We're going to be staining these floors. I put some stain samples down, you'll see here in a little bit. You'd have to let me know what color that you would choose. But first things first, we are roughing off the existing old finish. There is lots of wear and tear on these floors, as well as it looks like, and I think you might be able to see it here, there's areas where the floor was like peeling, like the finish was peeling off of there. My guess would be that someone came in here and did a buff and recoat on these floors at some point, either without abrading or they might have used an oil-based finish. Either way, it is not adhering and it's starting to peel and chip off in a lot of spots. So we're sanding that all back down to the bare wood. We're going to get it a fresh, new start, making these floors look brand new again. So the first step was, like I mentioned, to sand off that finish with 40 grit paper we're using. Go around all the center of the floor. Once we do that, we turn this little machine on. This is called the edger, and we go around all of the edges. This is kind of real speed, how fast I go, and then here's the sped up version, going around all of the edges. Once the edges are all done, I go over the entire floor again. We kind of stair step our way up with different grits of paper, getting finer and finer till the floor is getting smoother and smoother. So here you see me going over it. Again, we want to straighten out all those sanding scratches from the previous sandings and get these floors nice and clean. Now, at the end of this clip, I do have a whole bunch of before and afters from the entire house and the overall project. But these are the stain colors that they were selecting from. This customer ended up going with that top left color that is dark walnut. So I don't know if you would choose a different one, but that's the color this customer selected. So once all the major sanding was done, I do this process, which is just a sponge with some water, wiping over the entire floor. This is called water popping. This allows the stain to penetrate deeper and more evenly, as well as it helps if there's any little minor imperfections. It raises the grain of the wood. A lot of people will do this with a sprayer. I like to do it by hand. It doesn't take very long to do it, and I make sure everything is covered and even that way. So once that's dry, blue tape everything off, and we are ready to stain, which you see me doing here. So I like to kind of paint in around the edges with the paint pad, give myself plenty, and then we buff it in with a pad on the buffer the rest of the way. It tends to make the stains come out nice and even, and I just think it does a nice job. Now on these floors, we ended up doing kind of multiple passes with the stain. Once it had dried the next day, we felt it was a little bit too light, so we did go over it again one more time with the stain to kind of darken it up just a little bit. So it kind of looks dark in this clip, but the following morning it looked a little bit too light, so we did go over it again. Two passes of stain on this one, and once that was dry and all soaked into the floor, here we are starting to put those finish coats on. So we used a satin finish on these floors. They look shiny when they're wet, but as they dry, there'll be more of a duller finish. So we do 3 coats of that, buffing in between, and applying those coats. So I think that's most of the clips that I have of this project. You'll have to check out the before and afters at the end of the video and let me know what you think, how you think this one turned out. But that is this week's project, and I will look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye!